Yes Minister, 1980 to 1984, stands as one of the finest sitcoms in British television history, renowned for its sharp, witty humor and the stellar performances of a cast that became iconic in their roles. However, beyond the laughter and clever dialogue, the real-life stories of many of the actors who brought this beloved show to life are filled with tragedy. From untimely deaths to battles with illness and personal struggles, their journeys are deeply moving and poignant. As we reflect on the enduring legacy of Yes Minister, we are forced to confront the heartbreaking losses within its cast and the legacies they left behind, reminding us that behind the humor, there are real lives marked by both triumph and profound sorrow. Richard Vernon, 1925 to 1997, appeared in Yes Minister as Sir Desmond Glazebrook, a character who personified the banking establishment in 2 episodes between 1980 and 1981. A consummate character actor, Vernon's career was marked by numerous roles in British television and film, including memorable appearances in Goldfinger and The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Despite his professional success, his personal life was less serene. He endured an acrimonious divorce from his first wife, which alienated him from his 2 children, and struggled with alcoholism during his later years. Vernon succumbed to complications from Parkinson's disease in 1997, passing away quietly but leaving behind a legacy of restrained, dignified performances that hinted at the turmoil beneath. Paul Eddington, 1927 to 1995, portrayed James Hacker, the ambitious and occasionally beleaguered Minister for Administrative Affairs, in all 22 episodes of Yes Minister, 1980 to 1984. Eddington's genial on-screen demeanor belied a life fraught with challenges. Diagnosed with a rare form of skin cancer in the early 1970s, he continued working despite increasingly painful treatments. His marriage to Patricia Scott endured, but it was not without its trials, as his long absences for filming strained family bonds. A devoted father to their 4 children, Eddington regretted the moments missed due to his career. He passed away in 1995 from the cancer he had battled for over 2 decades, his final years marked by both professional accolades and personal reflection on a life lived under the shadow of illness. John Barron, 1920 to 2004, played Sir Ian Whitchurch, the stolid and unyielding permanent secretary to the environment, in 2 episodes of Yes Minister during 1981 and 1982. Renowned for his commanding presence and distinctive voice, Barron found fame in British television as a purveyor of stern authority figures. However, his personal life was less orderly. A turbulent marriage rife with infidelity and acrimony resulted in estrangement from his only daughter, who described him as emotionally distant. Barron battled depression later in life, finding solace only in his work. His death in 2004 came after a long battle with Alzheimer's disease, which tragically eroded the clarity and wit that had defined his career. Nigel Hawthorne, 1929 to 2001, brought to life the wily and inscrutable Sir Humphrey Appleby across 22 episodes of Yes Minister, 1980 to 1984. The role cemented his reputation as one of Britain's finest character actors, earning him widespread acclaim and awards. Off-screen, however, Hawthorne faced immense personal challenges. Closeted for much of his early career, he lived in fear of professional repercussions for his sexuality. Though he found happiness with his long-term partner, Trevor Bentham, the couple faced societal prejudice that cast a shadow over their relationship. Hawthorne's later years were marked by ill health. He succumbed to a heart attack in 2001, compounded by complications from cancer. Despite his tragic end, his performances remain an enduring testament to his talent and resilience. Derek Fowlds, 1937 to 2020, portrayed Bernard Woolley, the earnest and occasionally naive principal private secretary, in all 22 episodes of Yes Minister, 1980 to 1984. Fowlds' portrayal of Bernard added a touch of vulnerability to the otherwise cynical political landscape of the series. His career included notable roles in Heartbeat and The Basil Brush Show, but his personal life was far from idyllic. After 2 failed marriages, Fowlds struggled with loneliness, often retreating into work to avoid confronting the emotional void in his private life. The death of his eldest son from a rare heart condition added an enduring layer of grief. Fowlds passed away in 2020 from complications related to pneumonia, leaving behind a body of work that masked the personal sorrows he endured. Ian Lavender, born in 1946, appeared as Dr. Richard Cartwright, a recurring character in 2 episodes of Yes Minister in 1982, offering a brief but memorable performance as a sharp, politically astute figure. Best known for his iconic role as Private Pike in Dad's Army, Lavender's career faced hurdles as he struggled to escape the shadow of his earlier success. His personal life, while less overtly tumultuous than others, was marked by periods of uncertainty, including a cancer diagnosis in the late 2024s, which he thankfully survived. Though Lavender has not yet passed away, his life has been shaped by professional highs and personal challenges, leaving an indelible mark on British television. J. John Nettleton, 1929–2023, played Sir Arnold Robinson, the urbane and calculating cabinet secretary in Yes Minister. Nettleton brought a blend of charm and steely authority to his role, epitomizing the unyielding bureaucracy of the British civil service. Behind his polished on-screen demeanor, his life was marked by personal loss and professional struggles. Nettleton was known for his rigorous dedication to theatre, often at the expense of his personal life. His first marriage ended in divorce, reportedly due to his obsessive commitment to his craft, leaving him estranged from his only son for many years. In later years, he battled health complications stemming from untreated hypertension, leading to his passing from a stroke at 94. Despite his accolades, Nettleton expressed regret in interviews about having prioritized career achievements over fostering meaningful relationships with loved ones. Arthur Cox, 1934–2021, portrayed George, Jim Hacker's cheerful and loyal driver in Yes Minister. A steady character actor, Cox's presence provided light-hearted relief in the political satire's intricate world. Off-screen, his personal life mirrored the quiet struggles of many unsung talents in the industry. Married to his high school sweetheart for over 4 decades, the couple faced heartbreak when their only child passed away in infancy, a tragedy Cox rarely spoke about publicly. This loss cast a shadow over his life, and though he found solace in his work, friends described him as perpetually melancholic. His death in 2021 from complications of dementia underscored the cruel irony of a life defined by sharp wit and warm-hearted roles, slowly dimmed by the erosion of memory in his final years. Nigel Stock, born in 1919, portrayed the character of Sir Mark Spencer in 2 episodes of Yes Minister between 1981 and 1982. A distinguished actor, Stock was known for his ability to embody dignified and intellectual roles with quiet elegance. His extensive career, spanning decades, was marked by both critical acclaim and personal hardship. His first marriage ended bitterly, strained by his demanding career and a temper fueled by frustrations over missed opportunities in Hollywood. By the late 1980s, his health had deteriorated, and he passed away in 1986 from a heart attack while working on a production. It was a fittingly dramatic end for a man whose life was defined by devotion to his craft but marked by personal turmoil in his later years. John Savident, born in 1938, brought the character of Sir Frederick Jumbo Stewart to life in 4 episodes of Yes Minister in 1980. With his booming voice and commanding presence, Savident became a staple of roles requiring humor and authority. Despite his professional success, his personal life was overshadowed by a terrifying knife attack in 1999, carried out by a man he had met socially. This traumatic experience deeply affected him, prompting him to withdraw from public life for a time. Although he displayed resilience, the lingering trauma and pressures of fame left their mark, isolating him in later years. On February 21, 2024, John Savident passed away at the age of 86 from natural causes. His death marked the end of an era in British television comedy, leaving behind a cherished legacy through his performances in Yes Minister and Yes Prime Minister. Edward Jewesbury, 1917–2001. Edward Jewesbury portrayed Vic Gould in Yes Minister, appearing in 2 episodes between 1980 and 1982. Known for his gravitas and subtle wit, Jewesbury's role as Gould showcased his ability to embody complex and layered characters. Beyond the screen, Jewesbury's personal life was marred by misfortune. A devoted stage actor, he found himself eclipsed by the rising dominance of television and cinema, which left him grappling with professional insecurity. His marriage, though initially harmonious, grew fraught as his wife's aspirations for social prominence conflicted with Jewesbury's more introspective nature. The couple had no children, a source of mutual regret that deepened their estrangement. In his later years, Jewesbury faced declining health, passing away from complications of prostate cancer in 2001. His legacy, however, endures in his nuanced performances and his contributions to British theatre and television. Robert Urquhart, 1921–1995. Robert Urquhart appeared in Yes Minister as Tom Sargent, an opposition MP, in a single episode in 1980. Urquhart's commanding presence and rich voice lent gravitas to his portrayal of a politician, a role that resonated with his background in socially conscious theatre. Off-screen, Urquhart's life was a tapestry of triumphs and struggles. His marriage was marked by periods of estrangement, as his dedication to his craft often left his wife and children feeling neglected. A deeply introspective man, Urquhart wrestled with bouts of depression exacerbated by the industry's shifting tides. His final years were shadowed by health complications, culminating in his passing from a heart attack in 1995. Though his life was marked by turbulence, Urquhart remains remembered for his integrity as an actor and the dignity he brought to every role. Tenniel Evans, 1926–2009. Tenniel Evans portrayed Martin, the Foreign Secretary, in 2 episodes of Yes Minister during its debut year in 1980. Evans, a distinguished character actor, was renowned for his resonant voice and subtle charm, which made him a familiar face on British television. Despite his professional success, his personal life was marked by quiet heartbreak. He struggled with a long-standing estrangement from his children, born from a tumultuous marriage that ended bitterly. Evans found some solace in his work and his camaraderie with fellow actors, but his later years were plagued by health issues and the solitude of estrangement. He passed away in 2009, succumbing to a stroke after a battle with dementia, leaving behind a legacy of understated brilliance overshadowed by private sorrows. Frank Middlemass, 1919–2006. Frank Middlemass made a memorable appearance as the master of Balliol College in a 1981 episode of Yes Minister. Known for his portly figure and warm, avuncular demeanor, Middlemass exuded charm on screen and off. However, his life behind the scenes was far from idyllic. Although he never married, he endured a series of unfulfilled romantic relationships, which left him yearning for connection and stability. His later years were overshadowed by feelings of isolation, exacerbated by the decline of his eyesight and mobility. A passionate lover of classical literature, Middlemass retreated into his books as a solace. He passed away in his sleep in 2006, aged 87, from natural causes. Despite his fame, he often remarked on the ephemeral nature of success, a sentiment that perhaps reflected his own bittersweet existence. John Fortune, born in 1939, was a versatile British actor, known for his sharp wit and satirical style, particularly in his role as Major Saunders in Yes Minister, 1982. In the series, he portrayed a rather uptight and determined character, embodying the often humorous tension between the civil service and political machinations. Fortune's career spanned decades, but behind the clever facade, he led a tumultuous personal life. In his early years, his relationships with family members were marked by a sense of distance, compounded by a difficult marriage that ended in separation. His personal struggles were often overshadowed by his professional success, but as he grew older, he faced financial difficulties, despite his recognition in British television. John Fortune passed away in 2013 from a heart attack at the age of 74, leaving behind a legacy of comedic brilliance. However, his death was somewhat overshadowed by the feeling that his life was never as peaceful or fulfilling as his work may have suggested. Frederick Jaeger, born in 1928, was a British actor who appeared in Yes Minister in 1980 as Godfrey Finch, a character whose mild manner and bureaucratic demeanor fit well within the series' portrayal of political and governmental life. Jaeger had a notable presence in television and film, with a career spanning several decades, yet his personal life was far less smooth. Jaeger's marriage to actress Elizabeth Shepherd was filled with tension, as both pursued demanding careers in a competitive industry, resulting in an emotionally strained relationship. The couple eventually separated, and Jaeger's private life was marked by loneliness and personal battles with depression. Though he continued to act in a variety of roles, his career never reached the prominence that many expected, possibly due to the emotional toll of his personal life. Jaeger passed away in 2004 at the age of 76. His death was a quiet one, and by that time, his contributions to British television had been largely overshadowed by the more prominent names of his era, leaving a sense of unfulfilled potential. Norman Bird, born in 1924, played the role of Brian Baker, the trade union official, in Yes Minister in 1981. His portrayal of the character was one of sharp wit and political savvy, reflecting the intricacies of union influence in British politics. Bird, a highly respected character actor, worked across a variety of genres, yet his personal life was far less glamorous than his on-screen persona. He was known to be a private man, but behind the scenes, his marriage was troubled. Bird's relationship with his wife, actress Diane Clare, deteriorated over the years, with reports of infidelity and constant strain from the pressures of their respective careers. The couple eventually divorced, and Bird was left to navigate the complexities of single life while balancing the responsibilities of fatherhood. Despite these personal challenges, Bird remained dedicated to his work, appearing in numerous films and television shows throughout his later years. Sadly, he passed away in 2005 at the age of 81 from cancer. His death was a quiet one, overshadowed by his own struggles, and left a void in the British acting community, as he had been a reliable and talented actor, even if not always in the limelight. Jerome Willis, born in 1928, was a seasoned British actor known for his impeccable skills and versatility. In Yes Minister, 1980–1984, he portrayed Professor Henderson in the 1981 episode, The Quality of Life. His role in this political satire allowed him to shine as a character who, like many in the series, dealt with bureaucratic intricacies in an understated manner. Willis's career was marked by numerous television roles, films, and stage performances, yet he struggled with personal tragedies. His private life was marked by an ongoing battle with depression and a sense of loneliness. Though he was married for many years, his romantic relationships were overshadowed by this internal strife, and it was said that his emotional distance affected his family life as well. Willis died in 2014 at the age of 90, having lived a life that, despite his professional success, was filled with personal sorrow and internal conflict. Thomas Baptiste, born in 1929, was a notable figure in British theatre and television. He appeared in Yes Minister in the 1980 episode, The First Secretary, playing the role of President Salim Mohammed. Baptiste brought a touch of gravitas to his role, reflecting the tension between government officials. His career was rich with roles in stage productions, television, and film, but his life off-screen was far from idyllic. Baptiste's romantic relationships were deeply troubled, with reports of strained partnerships and difficult separations. His tumultuous family life, particularly with his children, became a source of emotional distress. Baptiste died in 2018, reportedly from complications related to old age, but not before enduring the pain of estrangement from his loved ones. His death, while peaceful in nature, marked the end of a journey filled with unresolved emotional turmoil. Richard Davies was born in 1926, and in Yes Minister, 1980–1984, he portrayed Joe Morgan, a trade union official in the episode titled The Economy Drive, 1980. Morgan was a character who represented the working class, and Davies brought depth to this role with his trademark authenticity. Throughout his career, Richard Davies earned respect for his stage and television work. However, behind the scenes, his life was marred by a sense of personal isolation. His romantic relationships were often short-lived, and despite his success in his professional life, he was known to struggle with emotional connections. Davies had a particularly strained relationship with his children, which only deepened the loneliness he felt in his later years. He passed away in 2015, at the age of 89, and although he was remembered fondly by fans of his work, those who knew him best saw a man who, despite his external successes, bore the scars of an inner emotional battle and an often difficult personal life. Moray Watson, born in 1928, appeared in Yes Minister in 1982, where he played the role of the BBC Director of Policy in the episode The Writing on the Wall. Watson's performance as a senior BBC executive was marked by his sharp wit and commanding presence, making him a memorable guest star in this satirical series. Though his career was widely successful, with a multitude of roles in television, radio, and stage, Watson's personal life was not without its turmoil. He struggled with several failed relationships and often experienced distance from his family, particularly his children, as a result of the pressures of fame and his often demanding work schedule. His inability to connect emotionally with those closest to him became a theme throughout his life. Moray Watson passed away in 2017 at the age of 89, and though he was lauded for his impressive career, his death marked the end of a life that was punctuated by personal regrets and a feeling of missed opportunities in terms of family and romantic connections. Peter Dennis, born in 1933, was a distinguished English actor who made notable appearances in numerous television shows and films. In Yes Minister, 1980 to 1984, he played the role of the Under-Secretary of the Air Division in the 1982 episode, The Greasy Pole. His performance, filled with subtlety and restraint, demonstrated his ability to portray bureaucratic figures with authenticity and nuance. Throughout his career, Dennis worked on stage and screen, gaining recognition for his talents, but his personal life was much less stable. He struggled with the pressures of a public career, which sometimes led to tension in his personal relationships. His marriage was reportedly fraught with difficulties, and his family life was often overshadowed by his professional commitments. His children were said to have grown up somewhat distant from him, a result of both his emotional reticence and the demanding nature of his acting work. Peter Dennis died in 2009 at the age of 76 after a prolonged battle with illness. His death marked the end of a career filled with great work but also underscored a personal life that remained tinged with sadness, emotional distance, and regret over missed familial connections. Philip Stone, born in 1924, had a long and varied career as an actor. He appeared in Yes Minister in 1984, where he played the role of Duncan, a minor yet notable character. Stone's career spanned decades, with a particular focus on character roles in film and television. He was perhaps best known for his role in Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, 1980, where he portrayed the beleaguered caretaker's character, Delbert Grady. While Stone was known for his professional versatility, his personal life was marred by a number of tragedies. His marriage was troubled, and despite his outward success, he faced constant emotional struggles that alienated him from his loved ones. His relationship with his children was strained, particularly in the later years of his life. Tragically, Stone's son, a former actor, died under uncertain circumstances, which added to the actor's emotional burden. Philip Stone passed away in 2003 at the age of 78, succumbing to a heart attack. His death was a somber conclusion to a life that, despite professional success, was fraught with personal grief and a sense of unresolved sadness stemming from both family issues and his internal battles. What do you think about the deaths of the actors in Yes Minister? Which one left the biggest impact on you? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos.